Hey y'all, how's it going? It's your boy Kennard Lewis. We here in the flesh. We doing it right. Happy New Year. It's 2022 and I'm here today to talk to you about a topic that I think might hit you guys later on in the year. And it's about slow starts. I know it sucks when you come into a new season in your life, let alone a new year, and you have aspirations, you have ideas, you have things that you wish will happen. But the pace is a little slow. The results are not coming in the way that you want them to come in. And it's discouraging, at least for some, right? Because sometimes it sucks dealing with failure, dealing with disappointment. But I need us to understand that even though this is the season of trying, this also has to be the season of not being so hard on ourselves. Because there are things that we may not be able to try out in 2022 because we're being held back by 2021. That's real. Just because the clock struck 12 and now is 1-1 2021 or 1-1-1-2 2022, it doesn't matter. Things don't just magically change just like that. It's unrealistic. But we have to understand that just because we're not changing right away or right now doesn't mean that we won't change. Just because we're not trying out the things that we want to try out right now doesn't mean that we won't try out in the future. Maybe, right? The patience is what we need to try out. Maybe it's the enjoying the little bits of life that we need to try out, not the go getting, not the success. Maybe it's the relaxing. Maybe it's the mental health. Maybe it's the putting us first. I know that's kind of sometimes hard to accept, but how can we expect to succeed and do what we want to do and try out the greatness of life if we don't even get to survive or get to live to experience that? I know sometimes we want to go out the gate running, but instead we're crawling. Sometimes we want to jump out the gate in the front of the line, but instead we're behind. And it sucks. Again, it is discouraging. But I think what's also important to understand that it's okay. It's okay that when it hits February, we're not where we want to be. It's okay that when it hits March, we're not where we want to be. I'm not saying let's be complacent. I don't want stagnation either. But it's important that if we are working and we are doing something and we're processing, because there's a lot of internal growth that happens under the surface that people don't necessarily see, and you can't necessarily point out to say, yep, I see that. You almost feel it. So there's a lot of that might need to happen before we get to Mars, before we start our journey. And that's important. 2022 is another year. I don't know how it's going to look, but I know it's going to be brighter because we're alive for another day. We have another breath. We have another opportunity to do something. I don't want us to spend it on beating ourselves up. Oh, you're trash. You're terrible. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, you're not meant for this. That negative self-talk isn't going to get us anywhere. It's just going to replay some of the traumas that we had in 2021. And we don't want that. I'm not saying new year, new me, but maybe new year, new pattern. Maybe new year, new habits. Maybe trying. It could be incremental. That's all that matters. And that's the thing. Let's be okay. Remember praising the little like we talked about in the past? Maybe we need to do that this time in 2022. Maybe we didn't get to do that in the past. Maybe let's do that now. Maybe we don't need to try to be successful in every aspect of our life. Maybe we need to try to enjoy the successes and the growth and the development that we have been experiencing. Because we're meant to be here. We're okay where we're at right now because we're going to become stronger in the future. I just want us to know that we're going to be okay. And that just because the start is slow doesn't mean that it has to end slow. Doesn't mean that the year is going to be slow. This is just one fraction of our entire lives. I have to heal from my knee surgery, and that's okay. Yeah, do I like it? Of course not. But sometimes you gotta do things before you get to experience what you want to experience. So, slow starts, okay, but at least you started. It might be slow, but that doesn't mean you're not moving. It doesn't mean you're not growing. So, thank you, and I'll see you next time.